What's up, everyone? I'm Angelica,
And I'm Remy.
and we are a married couple, a family.
We are healers.
We are healers,
I have a shamanic background. Shamanism runs in my family.
and I'm an intuitive medium.
And this is our vlog. This is our behind the scenes of what we do in our day-to-day lives when we are not teaching or healing or all the stuff.
Running our business.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, God. Look what Jason did. Hey everyone, we are playing outside right now. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. That's the extent of the zoom. Violet is right there. It's a little bit chilly. Hi, Violet. But we miss being outdoors. Winter has kind of been brutal for us, so we're out here, whether it's super cold or not. We just have sweaters on. We're all hanging out. Last video, I know it took some time to get out. Angelica recorded a lot, and she wanted to comb through and try to remove some stuff, and I said that's fine, go ahead. And a week later, she's still doing that. So I apologize for the videos coming out every 2 weeks. We'll get it out as soon as possible. So this one's going to come out the week after. Our timeline is a little bit different than your timeline right now. But our big update is we've decided what we're going to do with the van. We have looked at buying it built. We have looked at buying the van and then buying kits. And then we looked at buying a van and then buying the supplies raw and just doing it ourselves. At the bottom, buying the van and all the materials raw saves us a lot of money. A lot of money. But what we save in money moves over to a lot of time. So that one would have taken us probably a few months. Like too many months, to be honest. We don't have the know-how, but we're quick learners. We're living with my parents. My father has all the tools, so we don't have to worry about that part. But again, when I like to learn something new, I like to practice and take my time with it. So when I started doing leather work, I was like, cool, I'm gonna practice stitching on everything. And I did, until I got very, very good at it. And learning how to cut leather, it takes a lot of practice. And so one of the things that I don't like about that is I don't want to practice on the materials we get, because lumber is kind of expensive right now. And so that is a big okay, we'll save a lot of money, but now we have to spend a lot of time building and cutting and getting everything, and there's a lot of components that goes into building a van. The one that scares me the most is the electrical component, only because I know I can follow rules easily, like when you build Legos, but the thing is there's so many materials out there, and without having like a set list, which I know they're also out there also, it gets overwhelming. My brain doesn't work that way. It kind of shuts down. The second tier in the middle was buying a van, and then there's prefabricated kits. So there's companies out there that have like all the cutouts, all the hardware, and then you just buy it and it ships to you, and then we take our time building it, but we have everything there. That still doesn't include the electrical, but I found a kit for the electrical. It's just very pricey. The kits they have a cost. It's not just the lumber, it's the cutting, it's all the work that's gone into it, which understandable. And then the highest tier is we have a company professionally build it. That's what we were originally going to go for. And then we have been taking this time to really be patient and outweigh everything, and not just look at the van, but look at how it affects what we're doing. So if we decide to build it, that's going to take away a lot of time from the work that we are doing right now. We're trying to build a business and grow that business, which is going very, very well. We have things coming in. I do a lot of graphic design, so a lot of the package design stuff I am doing. And then the kits are a lot of fun. We would do that, but the thing is you need money up front for the kits. You can't finance it. And it's the same thing with the low tier. Like, I would finance the car, but then everything else I would have to pay out of pocket for. Whereas the highest tiers, it gets professionally built, and we would take out a loan and finance the car, which we would just need to save up for a down payment, which isn't that difficult. But what we decided on is we are going to go with the top tier. We're going to have it professionally built for us, and that way we have a nice solid platform. We're going to use it, we're going to love it, and then if we ever want to tweak it or change it, we have the base configuration there. So that's what we're going to do. Very excited. We have decided on VanWorks. It is a awesome company in Colorado. The other company we were looking at is VanCraft. These two are the most affordable, bang for your buck companies, because basically they have two specific layouts. That's it. They don't do like custom everything, and because of that, it allows you, the customer, to save money. So that way they just keep knocking out the same pieces over and over again. They build it super quick, and then they ship it out to you, or you go pick it up. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're very excited for. But I know it's been a while. Angelica has been talking a lot in the other videos. I've kind of just been busy in the back end doing a lot of the graphic design, getting things ready for the Sacred Earth Blessing, the labels for her cacao and herbs, which have been fun to do. We're very excited. I have to rebrand them. Angelica's original apothecary was called Violet Moon Creations, but now we're moving it over to the Healing Arts Academy. So I get to redesign, which is a lot of fun for me, because I just like taking people's ideas and creating something out of it. Unless it's in a big business, I don't like doing graphic design for other people, just close friends and loved ones, you know. But we are outside playing. The sun is out, so I know I've been yapping for 6 minutes. I'm gonna leave you guys at that, and we will keep updating you with the rest of this week. Sorry we've been super busy, but we'd love to hear from you guys. So if you guys have anything to say or anything you guys want to look into more, drop a comment.
Remy actually took me there for the first time when we started dating, right?
Yes.
It's like his favorite store where he goes to get a lot of the leather that he works with. Although you order some online.
I was gonna say
too.
it's not my favorite place. I just like it that there is a store dedicated to leather work.
Yeah, and it's what?
Nothing. I was just like in the corner.
Oh. Well, and that it's like close. I mean, it's a good 40-minute drive, but we can like go and feel the leather and look at like the different types and different cuts and things like that. So we were a little bit short on time today just because I have something this evening, but we were able to shoot up to Tandy's because I have had my eye on this beautiful white deer hide for probably like a year, maybe. How long?
Yeah. It's
been a really long time, and I kept waiting. It was not on the pricey side, but it was, you know, a little chunk. So I kept waiting, and last week I actually ended up finishing the pipe that I was working on. And this pipe I actually have been working on for over a year. And I finally finished the stem and everything is all ready to go. So I really wanted to get this hide to make a bag to hold this pipe. And I don't even think I don't even know if I had started working on this pipe when I had found this hide, and I knew that it was what I wanted to use for this particular pipe. So it's finally like all coming together, probably a little over a year later. And something else, one of Remi's students, who I want to give like a huge shout out to on here, does custom beadwork in like traditional Native American beadwork, right? Like she does beautiful. She made a feather fan for someone in class, handmade, and I asked her to make me something for my pipe bag. And while I had a little bit of an idea of what I wanted, I actually preferred to have her intuition just kind of guide her. Okay, sorry, there was a car accident while we were driving. I asked her to make something for me, but I actually preferred to have her use her intuition. I just told her that I have this beautiful hide that I'm going to get for the bag. So we literally have designed like everything around this beautiful white deer hide. So I finally have it. I'm gonna make my bag and it's gonna be complete. Right on? Anything else you wanna add?
I believe it's leather, not hide. That's about it.
Deer leather. Is that what? Deer leather? Is that better?
It's deer skin.
Deer skin.
Yes.
It's deer skin. And it's leather. So I'm excited. So Remi and I and Violet are gearing up to head out for the day because we have some errands that we need to get done. And I had a couple of online orders I just kind of wanted to show you guys because, as you know from the last video, Remi and I talked about a couple of the new products that we just launched online for our academy. Remi with the Sacred Earth Blessings and myself with the Cacao Journey. So I had a couple more signups over the weekend, so I was just preparing like their packages and the herbs that we work with during it, and I'm excited to ship those out today. That's like our first thing on the list. But something that was really important to Remi and I as we like really shifted a lot of what we're doing online is because we feel we can share with so many more people like the traditions and the teachings and just what we've learned along the way. And in addition to that, it allows us to really continue to live the lifestyle that we feel is really important to us with the van life and just like our sense of traveling and connecting with the land in different areas. We just feel like kind of getting stronger and stronger. So the fact that we get to provide these like beautiful services and teachings is just kind of like a little pinch me moment. And also look at the cool stickers that Remi, see, there we go, the cool stickers that Remi got made. So I'll be putting these in the packages and we're gonna gear up and we're gonna get ready to go out for the day. Well, hello everyone. It's been a minute since we've been recording, and today Remi is actually at the shop working and Violet and I are at home, and she just woke up from her nap, so I am about to cook her a little bit more breakfast because she did not really eat this morning when she got up. You saying hi? She's over here playing. So I get to have the afternoon like just to myself and Violet, which is like not something that happens, and it's something that I really yearn for as a mom. So it's a really nice day. I was just working with a little bit of cacao, and we had a really big, a really nice, come here, Bob, come here. We had a really nice nippy ceremony on Sunday, and I had a really big release Sunday night. And I just did again. There's just like been a lot moving internally and a lot of clarity, a lot of confusion, a lot of clarity. But things are really starting to move. So I'm just kind of honoring that space. So to have time to like integrate and just like feel things is really nice. So I'm making her breakfast. I'm making her a pancake. You got pen on your face. We had a bath. We've done like all the things this morning. You can see how curly her hair is naturally, but right now I'm making her a pancake, banana, cinnamon, and an egg. She loves it. We're gonna do that and eat a tangerine and an orange and just kind of hang out. So we'll see how that goes. So we're eating butter for a snack. We've got our pancake going. You say hi. You're so cute. We have another little snack on the counter, and we are going to have some yogurt. Right, Baba? We love our little quiet morning and afternoons.
Good morning, everybody. It is our favorite morning routine. It is beautiful outside. It's finally warming up. Angelica's getting the eggs ready. We're going to make breakfast. I am in love with this guy. It is small, but it's portable. I can move it around. And I usually do a bunch of bacon and eggs for breakfast for us since we're doing carnivore. I keep forgetting, oh God, to empty the grease trap. So it is full. But luckily I got a bunch of spares, so I didn't have to worry about it. However, this is also a good morning because lately, well, not lately, for quite some time now, my parents have been dealing with moles for a bit. And usually it doesn't bother us, but it's gotten so extensively bad. I don't know if you'll be able to show up that. Like you can tell, there's like a bit of a divot right here. And it's going to be hard to tell in the video, but there's like mounds everywhere. And so when we have people over for the inipi, which I think we might have talked about, if not, I'll talk about it a little bit later. The hole is deep enough where like if you step in it, your foot will kind of just go through. And if you're not paying attention or if you don't know it's there, you're going to roll an ankle. And we have a lot of people coming to these, and not everyone has sturdy ankles. So they've been trying stuff their whole life. They're not ones to hurt animals, but there's no way of really getting rid of them unless it is with one of those humane traps that terminates them. So I was like, you know what, we had a lot of people over for an ippy. A few people kind of tripped, so I was like, let me go get a humane trap and grab them. And by humane, I mean it's something that terminates them very quickly, so they don't kind of suffer. And I've been moving it around here. I'm going to show you, not the trap right now, but I'm going to turn this around. And as you can see, this is one of those spots where they'll start to push the dirt up a little bit. So this is one of the tunnels, and I will usually come in, like, step on the tunnels. And as you can see, like, well, it's hard to see for you guys, but like your foot goes in. So anyway, if you do not want to see a dead animal, then skip a minute or two in the future. But I finally set the trap up. Here, I'm gonna see if I can not show you the trap, but you can kind of see right here the tunnel. Like, you see how it pushes a lot of dirt up, kind of shows you where they are. So I'm excited. I finally captured the mole. I need to go grab some tobacco and offer it, because I still feel bad that I had to kill an animal. But when you see the whole lawn like that, and the thing is, they're here because the lawn is super healthy, but we're missing like huge chunks of grass because of how much they're like tunneling. So yeah, let's see if this trap works. I'm excited. I've never trapped like this before, but there's like a pair of scissors, and there he is. So that's a big boy, right? Oh, sorry, I haven't been recording this whole time. So you see these big beautiful paws and nails are meant for digging hella tunnels. And they're just sorry, I'm also looking at it. So, and then there's a nose to sniff out all the worms. And moles are very soft because they gotta go through all that tunnel work. So anyway, I caught this guy. I'm sorry, little brother. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab some tobacco and offer it to him. And the land, just part of the tradition. So we'll talk about the Inipi. I don't know if Angelica's talked about the Inipi before, because she's part of the core team that like gets things together and ready. But it will be discussed at some point. Alright, I gotta go wash my hands and dispose of this guy and then get breakfast ready. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Alright, so I went and grabbed tobacco. I only have the cigarettes, so I usually carry around with me just in case I gotta do like a healing or something. But also I just like to have tobacco around, part of just tradition, I guess, the way we've been raised. In native tradition, you don't kind of take from the land or from anywhere without offering something in return, and that is usually tobacco. We speak our prayers in the tobacco, and so tobacco is one of the 4 sacred herbs, so it means a lot to us, and it's something that Angelica and I work with very closely. So I just empty about half of it out, and this is what I'm going to use to offer for the mole, because again, he was alive and something that I had to take care of. So I figured I'd just show this part. Not many people know of, or isn't well known, but here we go. Thank you, mole brother. And then I just drop it onto Mother Earth where I have caught the mole. I'm gonna leave this here and I'm gonna pick him up later. First things first, breakfast for my family. My hands have been washed, so this is from Reams. It is a little meat market we have. They make cinnamon bacon there. Absolutely delicious. So if you guys could smell this, woo. So gotta get that going first. Also, these are like really nice thick cuts, so they cook real nice. Angelica likes her bacon a little bit on the crispy burnt side, which I do too, so works out perfectly.
So we finally have some nice weather here, and we decided to get out as a family. Want to say hi, babe? Oh, Violet wants to say hi too. Oh. So we're trying to find a place. We're going to go to the dog park, which we're kind of close to right now, but obviously we don't want to bring the baby in there. So we're just kind of out in the field here playing catch and just catching some rays. And we're actually talking about our van.
Yeah.
So, what's the update on the van, honey? Where are we at?
So, the place that we're going through, VanWorks, this is their busy season, which
They're
he
super
already
busy.
told us. Yeah.
Hey, go on.
So we sent out an email updating like the things that we wanted to change, because the more research we did, the more we realized like there's certain things that we want and there's things that we need. So we got rid of the things that we wanted, we added the things that we needed, and then little by little, depending on the price, we're adding the things that we want into it. And then Dale over at VanWorks hasn't responded, so we're like, oh, okay, well, they are super busy. I gave him a call, he wasn't there. I gave him a call a week later, didn't answer, left a voicemail, and then finally Dale texted back and he was super apologetic, and they're just absolutely swamped. So we're like, all right, cool, that's fine. It gives us time to save up still for all the things that we want, but it's nice to kind of get a breakdown of what's gonna cost what. So we're just taking it easy. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
We're watching a lot of different YouTube videos about what different people use, and that's also kind of cool. Yeah, that's about it. So now I'm just tossing the ball.
I think our biggest like takeaway with all of this, because we were going back and forth between a couple of different companies, is we really don't want to settle. So like, we're okay taking some extra time and making sure that we get what we want, and we're trying to be as like thorough as possible to like find the company that, one, that has a really great warranty, so we have it for like, you know, over time, and two, just like the customer service.
It's okay.
But we wanted to find a place that we just are really vibing with. Is that the right word, hon? Vibe. So, you need help? So with that being said, we love VanWorks. We love working with Dale. He's been great. But like we said, we know that they're busy. So we're just waiting to make a few changes. We're continuing to save up. And then hopefully we'll be ready here to go in the next, I don't know, 2 months. And I am like definitely feeling it. I'm missing, I have the travel bug. Typically at this time, I usually like, we used to have a timeshare in Florida, so I'm used to going to Florida at this time. But it unfortunately got washed away in the hurricane a couple of years ago in Fort Myers. I think it was Hurricane Ian. So at this time, I'm just like craving the beach. I think so many Midwesterners at this time are like craving the beach or warmer weather, which thank God, you know, we actually have it today, but I'm craving a vacation. So we're getting close. We're gonna get there, just a little bit more time. So as Remy was talking about earlier, we had our first Inipi ceremony of the season, and we typically don't do them during the winter time. One, because it's so cold, but we typically start around like March, April time. So we had our first one, and it was a really, really, really beautiful ceremony. It actually reminded me of the ceremonies we had like years ago when I had first started. It was really gentle, but it was really strong. It was just a beautiful group. You know, all the Inipis are beautiful, and they all bring different healing and different energy depending on like the group that's there. But essentially, I don't know if we've ever actually talked about it on here, but the Inipi is actually a purification ceremony, and it's one of the seven sacred ceremonies of the Lakota Nation. And I always say this, but I'm like, it's one of my favorite ceremonies, but I also love pipe ceremonies, as you guys know, and Sundance and all these things. So, Inipi, I feel, holds a very special place in my heart, as I know it does for a lot of the community, because it's something that I'm really grateful that we get to experience, because I'm grateful for the tradition. I'm grateful that Rodrigo and Remy have been holding the tradition, and that we're able to experience what that offers. So essentially, it is like almost a full day event, starting actually the night before we start. But officially to have like the people that are attending, they come in the morning time and it goes through the afternoon. So it's a great way to release. It's a great way to let go of emotions that we don't need anymore. It's just very healing. And on top of it, like I said, the community aspect, like you just can't beat it, because we're all in it together and we're there to support each other, and having a community of like-minded people and people that are there doing the work, and you're collectively doing it together, is just really, really powerful. So it was a beautiful ceremony. We have another one coming up. We typically do them like one time every month through the summer into the fall. So we'll have the next one coming up here soon, which I'm really excited about. I know a lot of us in this last one had some pretty big releases during the ceremony and after, and it's just like, yeah, just a lot of gratitude for it, a lot of gratitude for the community, because it's a lot of work and I'm proud of everyone. So that's what we did over the weekend. It was really nice.
All right, we're going to close out this video. We are getting ready to go do a Sacred Earth blessing, which we will take you along for to kind of get some behind the scenes, but we didn't want to make this video too long, so we'll catch you right now in the next one.